Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. Twitch has got its opening ads in about 40 seconds, so we won't be doing anything until they're over. But before they appear, for some of you, hello Scouting, hello Wheels, and hello Leo. Thanks very much for that, Leo. And while Twitch have some adverts, assuming people haven't got turbo or subs over on YouTube, hello to Only Me, Beauty Love Creative. Wood Pigeon says hello as well. I'm just going to get myself something to drink. And we're back. So I'll just put you, just to touch the mic. Hello everyone. Let's just get this organised. Thanks for confirming that YouTube can hear me. Just check there's no compost in my mug. Evening Lone. We've got 16 seconds left on the ads. And I'll tell you what I've got planned or not planned. That's telling me ad break's over, so thanks for anyone who's watched the ads or had to put up with them. Doing a bonus evening stream, as I said at the weekend. This is more beneficial to our North American friends and the timing for them. So that's the reason why we're doing it. It's a sort of very cloudy, muggy evening here. You're currently looking at a plant that you haven't seen on the live stream before. This is actually in the front garden. I've attached you to a wheelie bin and parked you by this plant. This is Fuchsia Delta Sarah. This is It's got plenty of activity of bees on it. It's a hardy fuchsia, stays out all year. This one is about 6 foot tall, 6 foot wide. But I can show you, I have been shopping, so I can show you what a baby fuchsia looks like. You can actually take cuttings from these very easily, but I got a bit carried away. Apologies for being a few minutes late. I was just sorting a few bits and pieces out. Beauty Love Creatives noticed a few new emojis have appeared over on for channel members over on YouTube. Yeah, you've now got access to some of the emotes that Twitch have got, and you won't get them all because I haven't got as many slots at the moment over on YouTube to do that. But they'll slowly be upgraded because I think the original ones were a bit sort of cluttered and they don't look very good in chat. So anyone who's a member, you've got a few new emojis to use if you want to. Then I'll say that again. Evening Carver. So the plans are, I've not got anything to do. I've watered the garden. I'm not crawling around on my hands and knees. I'll be crawling around on my hands and knees on Sunday because I'll be planting the new plants I've got today. I'll show you those tonight. So really it's just having a wander around, see what's in the garden, just taking in the evening, letting the evening draw in, answer any questions anyone's got, and going forward. Congratulations, Leo, on a 55 stream streak. Highly impressive. Certainly considering that certainly the midweek streams are all over the shop. I say I was hoping to stream last night, but yeah, I watched some football instead. So apologies to anyone who doesn't like sport, but it wasn't a bad game, I have to say. Yeah, so what we're looking at, Fuchsia Delta Sarah. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit for you. See some bee activity. Yes, I do my best to try to break Leo's watch streak. Haven't managed it yet. Oh, you've cancelled, have you? Okay, thanks for letting me know, Leo. Well, I know we've got various other places that we can go to anyway, but hope you're okay anyway, Leo. Lone's made a terrible joke there, almost as bad as the ones I make. I'm sure he's going to post it in YouTube for YouTube's distaste at that joke. Evening, Michael. Do I really have to read out that? I suppose I have to read out that terrible joke, considering whenever I make it, other people have to read out my terrible jokes. It says, "Goo evening is when you spill the honey." Yeah, right. That's fine, Michael. Thanks for just dropping say hello. Enjoy the lurk. Hope we can get you through a bit of work just with the sun in the background. We're not doing anything too exciting tonight, so, and hopefully we won't make too much noise. So, what was I going to do? Yeah, I was going to try to zoom in the camera a bit. Let's see if we can zoom in. Yeah, that looks okay. So, twas only okay. Right. Is it not a joke? Was it? It was just missing a D, was it? Evening or afternoon, Victoria. Yeah. So this is, I say, this is something you don't often see. This is one of the plants out in the front garden. This is in the, anyone who's seen the video where we, that's even worse, Lone. this is in the front garden. Anyone who saw we did a video of the front garden as part of a live stream. I don't know when that was, a couple of months ago. I should really update that one. I'll do it again at some point. And this is in the side bed. This fuchsia's been in the garden for 7 years now. It's a hardy fuchsia, can sort of survive to sort of -8, -10 over the winter. And you just leave it in the ground and you prune it back. And when you prune it back, you can prune it back to basically just near where the leaves come out, and you've got a cutting. And the fuchsias do really well from cuttings. But when we trim some of these back in the autumn, we'll do some fuchsia cuttings and planting, trying to get some new fuchsia plants out of this. There are various different techniques you can use to get the fuchsia plants, new baby fuchsia plants from this. You can put it in soil, put it in water. So we'll give it a try. You do lose some, but some survive and go through. So this one here has been. You want the volume up a bit, okay? I'll do that for you. Let me see if we can do that for you. How is that? Is that any better? That any better for you? Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Much better, okay. Thank you. Yeah. If you ever have anything like that with the sound, just let me know. I've got a bit of play on the sound. Yeah. Evening, Emma's in London. I never know how to pronounce your name. Is it Ms London or MZ London or MZ or? You always try to get people's names right. Okay, glad everyone over on YouTube can hear me. Yeah, so what we're saying, this is in the front garden. It's been there for about 7 years. And you just trim it back. Anything's fine, just MZ or London, okay. Thanks for letting me know. Every time I see you in the chat, I'm never quite sure. But thanks very much, MZ. Hello, Tinker. So yeah, this basically is a hardy fuchsia. There are several types of fuchsia. The sort of summer fuchsias that you don't want to leave out over winter because they won't survive it. But this is one of the hardy versions. I say it's about 6 foot tall and about 6 foot across. It'll keep growing at will unless you cut it back. There are specific times you're supposed to cut it back, but I don't tend to believe in any of that. When it needs trimmed back, it trims back. It's got these beautiful outer white petals, and then the sort of the pinky purple pinky purple petals sort of inside. And actually, if you look at the different flowers, some are deep purple and some are pinker in their colour. And the deep purple ones are the newer flowers. And what happens is they fade over time. It probably only takes a few days for them to fade, but they go from that deep purple to the lighter purple or even pink over time. That's why same plant, but you've got slightly different coloured flowers on it. And you've also got a seed pod in the front of the picture as well. That's what that is. There's actually several seed pods. Hello, Ali. Yeah. I see Ali's found the YouTube members' new emotes. Yeah, you've got some of the emotes that that Twitch have got. So I've copied them across. So we're trying to get the same sort of service on both platforms. Welcome in, Dollar. Thanks for doing the shout out for Dollar. Welcome to an evening in the garden. Being with all his recent expert gardening experience, he'll be able to answer every single question here. Evening, Stevie. So anyone just dropping in, this is fuchsia. This is a fuchsia, and the variety is Delta Sarah. And I say it's about 6 foot tall. It's a big plant. It is. We'll come off that one, and I'm going. It's. I haven't got, and I say I haven't got the actual practical gardening to do tonight, but I can show you what we've got in the garden, and I'll show you what I've been buying. Oh, we've got a raid. Thanks very much for the raid, Stevie Seal. Welcome in, raiders. Evening to Zab, Debbie. I'm surprised you're still going, Debbie. You've had a very busy day with a very early start. If anyone doesn't know, Debbie CSM had the Twitch front page today, and had a huge number of viewers, and handled it perfectly, I thought, anyway. Zab's just been timed out by Zab's just been timed out for too many capitals. Sorry about that, Zab. You'll be back in about 10 seconds. I'm sure anyone who's raided in there will find that hilarious that Zab's just been timed out. So ignore the phone. Zab got too excited with the capitals. Yeah, it was. Yeah, what was I saying? Debbie with the front page. For YouTube viewers, I'll explain the front page on Twitch. On their platform has a number of streams that basically you can ask on there if you're a partner, and Debbie's a partner recently, and she got selected to be on the front page, which gives you a huge amount of basically advertising. So because when people go onto the Twitch site, they're the channels that are basically put on straight up in front of you. And I think at one point Debbie had over 2,000 people watching. Quite incredible. Oh, and the ice cream van didn't go off. Oh, it's all. Did someone redeem the ice cream van? Did they? Oh, he did. It's Zab. It's obviously, yeah. Sorry, Zab. It doesn't like you, and it should be working because everything's set up. Let me just double check. Yeah, well, here you go, Zab. Hopefully it will clear for you. Let's see if I can trigger it for you. It should. Oh, it got up to 2.4, did it? No, it's there. It's there, Leo. It's just. It's a technicality, shall we say. And I'm just going to see if I can. Let me just double check it anyway in OBS. Perfectly organised and well prepared stream. Yeah. So hopefully, let's see if we can play the ice cream van for Zab. Okay, so we transition that across and we'll... This is for you, Zab. The ice cream redeem should be working now. You see, Zab, you get your own personalised ice cream van. I'm just going to... What was I saying? Oh, yes, so YouTube views, yeah, so you get front page Twitch, you get a lot of advertising, basically. Everyone sees your stream when you sign into Twitch. And Debbie was on there and had huge numbers of people watching. And I thought, considering the amount of chaos there was in chat and how busy it was, I thought Debbie did a fantastic job. But why would we not expect that? Because all Debbie's streams are fantastic. So, but there you go. Right. Let's actually get on and do something practical. Hello, Nova. Nova's found. Yeah. YouTube has now got ice cream. If you remember on YouTube, you've now got access to the ice cream as well. Right, I'm just going to switch that over. I'm going to come off that fuchsia there. I'm going to switch you over to the general view. I'm just going to take the mic off for a sec because I'm going to drag the other camera that's attached to the wheelie bin back in, and I don't think you really need to hear the wheelie bin, so hold the line for a sec. Right, I'm back. Wheelie bin recovered. Yeah, wheelie bin recovered there. So, yeah, so hello everyone. I'll come and wave at people who might have come in on the raid. Hello. Yeah. I'll just check if I've missed anything. I always miss something. Yep. So what I was saying about the Delta Sarah fuchsia is that one's 6 foot tall and a 40. Generally, if you were to buy it in a store or something, you're going to be getting something that sort of size. That's actually one of the ones I bought. That's Fuchsia Beacon. And I can explain why I've been buying plants. Well, that's my excuse anyway. So anyone who's new, or anyone that isn't, you're in the back garden. We're in northern England, and the channel's all about the garden. We're live streaming YouTube and Twitch at the moment, so if you hear me talking to someone else and you can't see their comments, that's why. Pretty typical suburban garden. Big new flower bed we've done this year on stream. Another new flower bed we've done on stream. Flower bed we did last year. This one we did 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Country style garden, taller at the back, dropping down to the front, and then what we're aiming for is it to sort of fall over the border. The grass is basically dead because we haven't had any rain for weeks, and we've got hundreds and hundreds of different types of plants in the garden. Oh, thanks very much, Ray. Thanks very much, Ravon. That's thanks for using your Prime sub on the channel, and welcome to the garden. Thanks for the follow, West Coasty. Yes, I would say I would ask Ray, Ravon, where they've come from. But I know exactly who you are, Ray. So, and probably a lot of people in chat probably do as well. Yeah, let's hello, Liz as well. Let's move you out from what you're looking at the moment. Actually, Crocosmia. And hello, Aeons. So yeah, this is Crocosmia. This is it's a perennial plant. Comes from basically a bulb. It's got a technical name. The bulb has. And what it does, it grows up and it sprouts. This is about 4 foot, 5 foot tall. It sprouts. It produces these lovely red flowers. This is coming to the end of the season now, because what it does, it flowers one by. I'm trying to find. Let me just check my fingers actually on screen. Is that on screen? Yeah. Hopefully, we'll go for that one. It flowers one by one by one by one in an alternate pattern down the flower head. Each one producing one of those in turn, and then it leaves the seed pods behind. I tend to cut the seed pods off because this is invasive. This plant will grow everywhere. If you just leave it with its tube, basically its bulb, it will still spread, but it'll be limited. If you allow these to go to seed, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 22 possible plants on there if they all germinated. And you can see how many, there's hundreds on there. That's why it's invasive. If you go to some places, you see it for miles down country roads where there's no sort of control over it. It's very beautiful, and the bees love it as well. This variety is Lucifer because it's bright. Bright red colour. And then there's another one over in the border on the left, which is orange, which is Montebritia. So let's just move you over there so you can actually see a bit more of the garden without. See, while I'm out here, I can't see the chat, so I will come back and read the chat from time to time. So yeah, so I was saying it's country style garden, so what we're aiming for, taller at the back, dropping down to the front. There's a bit of a gap here because I had to take some stuff out last year, and the new stuff's just starting to grow up through it. We've got a mixture of plants in here, so it's flowering from spring right through till winter, generally the borders, right through to the first frosts. And then there are plants over winter, but it's a bit limited over winter really. As you see, most of the plants at the back here are sort of my height and above, so it's all 6 foot and above. Coming down to the stuff down the bottom, which we've got lavenders and lady's mantle, stuff that sort of droops over the side. What we've been putting in this year is quite a lot of drought resistant plants as well, because you're just getting drier and drier each year. But I'll show you that in detail as we go around. Just go and see if there's anything exciting happened in chat while I've been wandering around. Apologies if I do miss anything in chat. I do go back and read everything afterwards. Yes, there is. Well, there certainly was. Or whether they're lurking. So I just got to answer. So that. You tell people that you're going to be streaming, and then they totally forget about it. Come on. People just don't understand that streaming is the most important thing in life, or watching streams. That's a joke, by the way. Aeon's saying, isn't this a bit of a kind of late for you? Yep. For anyone who's new, or we're usually here on a Sunday, starting about 11 AM UK time, running for 2.5, 3 hours. Yes, Liz has put in 7:18 London, England time. That is correct. That is the correct time. But we don't mention that place beginning with L here, because you'll find basically everyone outside of London doesn't like London. But yes, so we do these evening streams when we can, mainly really for North American viewers, because obviously 11 o'clock here starting for is even sort of on the East Coast is very early on the East Coast. Even by the time we finish, it's still only breakfast time. So we do try to do some of these in the evening so people can still see at least a live stream anyway of the garden. Ali's asking whether that, yeah, it's not a freesia, Ali. It's they do look similar to freesias. Yeah, what you're looking at in the corner is crocus mia. It's spelt like crocus with MIA on the end. That's what it is. The picture frozen. Hang on, let me check. Nope, still working. Loan's just getting carried away. Did I read the comment about the grass? No, it's not going to be patio stones. It's going to go over to gravel. This new central bed went in this year, and that was enough exercise for this year. So it will probably almost certainly go into gravel next spring. I haven't quite decided. It's going to be fine gravel. It might even be what the word we use in this country is hogging, which is almost like stone dust that then gets compacted down. I do quite like that because it gives a much smoother surface. I prefer the look of that. But we'll worry about that in the spring. What I did say, I'd show you what I've been buying. And we'll be putting these plants into the garden on Sunday. So, yeah, the plants we'll be buying will be going into this area in the corner. If anyone was here 2 weeks ago, was it 3 weeks? I can't remember. We took out the Dezzetia, or cut it back. That was basically all over the place. In fact, it's already sprouting again where we cut it back. But it's left a lot of empty space here. So I've gone for bigger shrubs rather than small stuff. I've gone for bigger shrubs that will put up a fight against the Dezzetia. So what I've bought, as you probably already know, I do like my fuchsias. So I've got a job lot of fuchsias. That, hang on, I'm just going to come around the back of the camera, make sure it's actually in focus for you. It also requires me putting my glasses on to make sure I can actually see what I'm looking at. So this one, it says Lady Thumb. I'm not convinced that's its real name. I think it's more likely going to be Tom Thumb. So that's got, I know Tom Thumb's got smaller flowers. I think that's Tom Thumb rather than Lady Thumb. I don't know, there may be a variety called Lady Thumb. And that should open up a few jokes in chat. But yeah, so these are all hardy fuchsias, so these can stay out all year. So that's one of them. The next one is, this is one I used to have, but I haven't got any more. This is Alice Hoffman. I think you can just about read that. Alice Hoffman, that's its name. Similar sort of flowers, but much bigger, and a more stalky plant, if that makes a technical term. Quite nice plants. So I got them as a job lot. So because there are some bargains to be had out there. Because a lot of these sort of garden centres, they've got over the spring panic of everyone doing up the gardens, and they're clearing out what stock they've got. Two more. This one is this is a variety I've never grown before. This is Beacon. And so this hasn't actually got any open flowers yet. So I can't really tell you what it's actually going to look like. And then This one I shall hold up and we'll see, without telling you which one this is, we'll see if anyone in chat knows which fuchsia this is. So I'll get a flower that's going to drop down. Right. Let's see if we can find a flower for you. I'll come back and read chat and see if anyone's got any ideas which variety of hardy fuchsia that is. The more observant people in chat who've been here before will probably be able to tell you which one that is. Just an hour break on Twitch. Thanks for the follow. That's to be Tom Thumb. No, not that one. Tom Thumb is one of the more famous ones. You think that's frozen, do you? Oh. Nope, still working. It's just not very windy tonight, that's the problem. You won't see much movement because there literally is no breeze tonight. We never freeze on never have a frozen screen on this channel, do we? Never. Well, not since. Well, I don't think it actually froze on Sunday, did it? It went pixelated on Sunday. Can I show it again? Yes, I will do. In fact, because you're coming back, Twitch is coming back from ads, so. That's the fuchsia we're on about. I'll give chat a clue. Look at the colour of the leaves. That gives it away. It's quite unusual for a fuchsia. It is Ray, yeah. Nothing ever goes wrong, does it? It is a hybrid, no. For anyone who doesn't want to guess anymore, that little fuchsia is this fuchsia here, Genie. See, in fact, that's the top of Genie here. So you see that will grow into that. And there's a bee coming at me now. So what's that? That's about 6 foot across and 6 foot tall. So the moral of the story is whenever you buy a plant in a pot and it looks pretty, always read the instructions as to how big it's going to get. I did buy one more fuchsia. Hello, Yankee. Which I'll show you in a second. I'll just go back through the comments. Do I have a toilet paper plant? No. Might be suitable for eco-conscious households, but I don't think we're not eco-conscious. And then Liz has put in here, the fuchsia is a genus of flower plants, mostly shrubs or small trees. Almost 110 species of fuchsia recognised. Well, I don't know where that information is from, but there are thousands of different fuchsias because people are breeding them all the time. So there may have been 110 initially recognised at some point in time, but there'll be thousands of them now because they get you can crossbreed them and so on, and I think you can also graft them as well. So there are loads and loads of those. I know the main place that fuchsias were developed, similar to that, was in Mexico, and in fact, I think I'm trying to think now. Might be getting confused, but Mexico was a big place for them. But they have been bred over the years because some have become like all the ones the majority of the fuchsias I've got in the garden are hardy fuchsias, which will survive -10 degrees C. But there's lots that won't. So there's a whole range of them. I say I've probably got, there's probably 30 odd varieties in this garden alone. So, and Leo, being a good mod's told me to hydrate. Of course, hydrate means that I'm contractually obliged to try to flog you merch. So we have merch. We have various different mugs. And we have t-shirts and all the other stuff. That's enough of merch. We don't do merch. Well, we do merch, but we don't really merch the merch. That's the merch section over for a second. If anyone really wants any nice merch, I'm sure one of the mods will put in, which is, or anyone I think can put it in, it's exclamation mark merch. I have to give you the two websites we use, or if you just go to our main website, where in fact, look, there you go, the two mods did their job. So we've got two shops. We were on T-Mill and we're also on Fourth Wall. T-Mill's a UK-based company, but they ship all over the world, and Fourth Wall's a US-based company, but they ship all over the world. So you take your choice, and there's slightly different things on both, but there's some of the same. But you can have a look, or if you just go to our website, bearinthegarden.com, the links are on there through the shop. So there's plenty of ways, plus it's all in the usual places. You know where to look. There's no need to tell you. You'll also find everywhere down below, you'll find all our links to all our other social media, blah, blah, blah. Yep, right, okay. As I say, we don't do a lot of advertising here. We're not in to make millions of pounds here. Thanks for saying hello, Bungalow Glow. Welcome in. Right, let's show you what else I bought. We haven't finished yet. Like any good gardener, once you bought one thing, you tend to get carried away. I'll bring these around the back of the camera so you can see. I wanted something that was relatively small and would flower all summer to go sort of at the front of those beds. So we've got two. These are Salvias. So this is Salvia Wendy, and I've also got this is one we've already got in the garden, and I can show this. This is Salvia Hot Lips. This hasn't actually got any flowers on it. No, it's just starting to get some flowers on it now. We've already got, if you were to look sort of about there, there's some Salvia Hot Lips there, because they only grow to about a foot, but they straggle as well. And then the last thing we bought, which was the most expensive thing, was these switches. This is Scabiosa Pink Mist. So I'll turn that around. Oops, sorry. That's what Scabiosa Pink Mist looks like. And that's going to look something like, just put that down on the floor for a sec. That's going to look very much like this. Hopefully that's in screen. This is Scabiosa Beaujolais. I'll do a close-up of that when we have a quick wander around the garden. In fact, there's a bee just landed on that there. The bees love this because it's got a very open face for them to sit on. Plus, rather than being one flower, it's actually a series of little flowerlets. I'm just going to switch the camera for a second, see if I can do what I want to do. Okay, right, yeah, that'll work, possibly. Yeah, let's transition that over. So what you're looking at now, oh, Ella lives over on YouTube as well. She's asking, is there a room for a patio stone bench at the end of the garden? There used to be a wooden bench at the bottom of the garden, but I don't have it anymore down there. Two reasons. It's a long way to go to walk if you want to sit on a bench, so it's just outside the back door now. And the second thing is there's a big cherry tree there that the pigeons like to sit in, and we all know what pigeons like to do. Ray say their daughter's basil plant's got some lovely flowers on the top for the first time. They've seen basil flowers, yeah. Well, virtually any plant's going to produce flowers. Lots of the herbs do. I grow a lot of thyme here because they have lots of little flowers on them. Sage has got beautiful blue flowers as well. So there's lots of herbs that will do that. And of course, when you buy your herbs in the shop, you never ever see the flowers, do you? You just think it's the leaves. Yeah. So what you're looking at the moment is this is another hardy fuchsia. This is hawk's head. Yeah, well, of course, the supermarkets are only selling the leaves, aren't they, as a herb? But if you look in a supermarket and you can find the pots that actually got a plant in, quite often you can grow those in your garden quite easily, subject to any sort of frosty conditions you might have. But yeah, so this is fuchsia hawk's head. Oh, I shall come out and demonstrate hawk's head. Apologise for the noisy playing. So this is a plant you don't see often because it's down beside the house, but this is hawk's head. Very tiny white flowers, sort of white and green outer petals. Very much ballerina-like, but smaller. Very unusual for fuchsias. Fuchsias are generally very bright colours. I might be able to show you, there's loads around here, but this plant is, again, this is 6 foot, and it's a huge plant basically. Of all the fuchsias in the garden, this is the one that spreads the most, but you can chop it back. If I take off a little piece and bring it closer to the camera. I can't see on this camera, you're on a slightly different camera, so I can't see what you're seeing, but hopefully that's coming out okay for you. So that's, but what I was saying about buying your plants, I also got a fuchsia hawk's head. So you buy a potted plant that's about a foot tall, and you think, oh yeah, that'll be okay, and it turns into a triffid. It's very pretty, and it's also these hardy fuchsias will flower right through to the, we'll certainly have some frost and they'll still be flowering after the first frost. They're really tough, they are. I think this is redesigning the garden, because now a small waterfall fountain would be nice. Yeah, we've got a fountain in the fish pond. So, but I always turn it down when we're streaming, because otherwise all you can hear is the fountain going. Oh, Ray's got a garden full of bindweed, and I can't get rid of it. Good luck. Bindweed, it's a nightmare. Leave one tiny bit of bindweed in, and it will create another plant. It's horrible stuff. The only thing really is you just keep year after year after year taking out as much as you can, and eventually hopefully it decides to give up. I'm very lucky that this garden hasn't actually got any. My previous garden did, and that's all I could really do. You could possibly use chemicals to get rid of it. I don't tend to use weed killer in the garden here. I have to use it occasionally, but I don't like using it, mainly because of the cats. I know people sometimes use white wine vinegar solutions made out of that as a sort of more eco-friendly weed killer, but I don't know enough about that to say. So my only advice on things like that, it's so many things like brambles and ivy, you just have to keep on top of it. Yeah, as Ray says, they don't like using the weed killer, but I don't like using weed killer either. So really it's just a case of you just have to keep taking that when you see it. It's anyone who doesn't know what bindweed looks like, it's basically a very fine vine type plant that has very large white flowers on it. It's a real pest, it is. And it will grow virtually anywhere as well. And it's very, very quick at growing. That's the other thing about it. You can probably put on a foot a day at least. Let's go back to, so this is I was saying about these plants. When you buy them in the shops, of course they're selling you these plants with saying, oh, look at this pretty little plant here, and then 10 years down the line, or even 5 years down the line, you've got a ginormous plant. So But if you go for the hardy fuchsias, you can cut them back virtually to nothing and they come back. They're really tough plants, so and they're easy to grow, and that's what I like in terms of plants for the garden. They're tough, they're easy to grow, and once they're in the ground, it's limited amount of sort of care you have to look after them, rather than just sort of general maintenance. Loan, I think that's probably out of the question. Loan. Basil, I'm not sure. Have we got any basil in the garden at the moment? No, I'm not sure we've got any at the moment. We've got thyme, we've got rosemary, we've got sage. Not sure. And for those new, we have, as you look down the garden, hang on. The other stage, you look down the garden when you're not even looking down the garden. So let's switch you back to the other camera. As you look down the garden, behind the central pots, there's an arch, and through there's there's a patioed area at the bottom there. It's got lots of pots. It's got the fruit trees. It's got the greenhouse in there. Just the way we've got the setup tonight, I'm not sure. We might just about get that far, so I can show you that. Because what we like to do on each stream is actually do a see what's in the garden sort of tour. So chives grow well as well, yeah. And actually, chives have got if they go to flower, they've got like a beautiful sort of dark bluish spiky flower on the top. So if you ever let them go to flower, that's what you'll get. Let's go for a wander. I'll do a wander, come back, read the comments, go out and wander. I can't see your comments as we're going around, so if you've got comments, put them in the chat, and we'll have a little break between the little sections, and I'll come back and answer it. But I will try to narrate as we go, give you a little bit of information as we go. What I will do, first of all, I'll probably show you down the side of the house, which I don't often show. I will have to put my hand over the camera though, because I don't particularly want to show the house. Just have to move the tripod slightly. So I'm just going to put my hand over there while we reverse up a bit. So the first thing to show you is this, which is the wall basket we did on stream. So yeah, a whole mixture of stuff in here. These are my summer favourites, petunias. There's a whole mix of stuff in here. They've really been struggling with the heat though. But so we'll move down to what I want to really show you. Okay, so what we've got here is one of the hanging baskets we did. So again, it's got the petunias in it. It's got some geraniums. but actually they're not. We all know they're not geraniums. They're actually pelargoniums, the seed heads. But this is what I was going to show you. So this is another variety of fuchsia. This is one of the summer fuchsias, non-hardy versions. Can't tell you what variety it is. So I'm just going to cover you up again. This is really for privacy. This is the hawk's head we were talking about, fuchsia. And then if we come up to, this is another of the baskets we did, another fuchsia. So many different varieties. So we've got loads of different plants down here, but this is all summer baskets. So there you go. So I'm just going to cover you up before we go back to the main garden. Right, we're going back to the main garden. Yep. Just going to put you back on the stand for a sec. I'll sort out sort everything out behind me. We're making a mess. So those are the baskets we did on stream. Anyone who was here when we were making the baskets, they're on stream. So we've got 4 baskets on there. I've taken some video today of the front baskets. If anyone remembers, we did 5 identical baskets to go down the front. I don't tend to show the front of the house on stream, but I did take a video of that, so hopefully that will go up in the next couple of days on the YouTube channel. Where are the strawberries? They've all been eaten. Hello, Gus. Welcome in. There's another follower out there. Welcome in, Satori. So let's carry on around the garden. No one clipped that. That's just some car going past playing its music rather loud. At least it wasn't another ice cream van. Right, okay, here we go. So this is the new central bed that we did this year. This is all generally drought tolerant plants in here. Ignore the fuchsias that I've just dumped on the floor. So talking about thyme earlier, that's a thyme there. Actually, that's starting to come out. Armenia. Oh, sorry, I'm not Armenia. Armeria. There's a campanula. You see some of these. That's a breach. You can see it's really struggling because of the heat. But some of the stuff's doing really well. It's so odd this year. We've got some hardy geraniums here. These geraniums closing up for the night. And of course, as we know, they are geraniums rather than the summer geraniums aren't geraniums. They're pelargoniums. This is a verbena. And again, the bees love this because you've got lots of little, they can land, but they can go to lots of little different flowers. There are hundreds of different types of verbena. There's the tall verbena, and I think further up we've got some bush type verbena. Another fuchsia. That's Lady Bacon, because it looks like streaky bacon. I don't think that's true actually. I think it's actually named after Lady Bacon, but that's what I like to think. Another fuchsia, which I think is Magelica. Go further up. This is another Crocosmia, similar to we had in the. This is the Montebretia version. That's a good example, so you can see where you've got lots and lots of flowers, one after another, flowering up the stalk, taking in turns, leaving the seed pods behind. Quite clever, really, because if you're a bee, you're coming in, and obviously if they were all in flower, you'd struggle to get to them. So the bee goes to number one first, and it can work its way down as the flowers open up. So the plant's actually developed for the bee rather than the bee developing for the plant. So it's quite clever, really. This fluffy thing here is Lady's Mantle, grown really for its foliage. Beautiful in the rain, because the rain settles on little baubles on the leaves. I showed you the baby Lady Boothby. Sorry, showed you the baby Genie Fuchsia plant in a pot. This is the large version. And usually for fuchsias, this has got a lime green leaf. I think people here on Sunday heard me talking about this, because down the bottom it's lime green, but as you go up the plant, you can see it gets quite yellow, and that's purely because it's not getting enough water to the top of the plant. And it's also going to seed quite quickly at the top, though the blackbirds like them. Canny and her husband like those. And then next to Genie, this is, of all the fuchsias, this is my favourite. This is Lady Boothby. Oop, lost a flower there. Fantastic colour. And the bees really love that because they can climb inside. Again, that's another one that's about 6 foot tall. It has to be cut back all the time. So, in fact, there's a bee in there. If I hold it steady. And it's gone in there. Let's see if we can get it coming out again. Yeah, so that's the bees. They love going in there to there. I really like Lady Boothby. That's an 8-year-old plant. Keeps being chopped back each year. And then in amongst that we've got some potentilla. So as you can see, it's all a mix of stuff together. You've got the English lavender, which is just starting to go over. That's more like what English lavender looks like. But then it's starting to go to seed on those. If I back up slightly, as though we bought a new scabiosa. But this is the Scabiosa Beaujolais. So you might think that's one flower, but it's loads and loads of little florets in there. And then when it's been pollinated, it produces these sort of bottle brushings, and you can see each individual flower, each individual little seed head on there, light enough so as a gust of wind they'll be blown off and they'll just spread around the garden. It's a beautiful plant, new to the garden this year. Just move up, there's some sea drift there. That's they look like miniature daisies. That's Erogion, sorry. Apologies for my pronunciation of stuff. Move further up. We've got a couple of garden gnomes. We do have gnomes in the garden. Anyone who watched the video about gnomes the other week knows what gnomes do at night. We've got another fuchsia. This is a fuchsia we saved from last year, replanted. That's Linaria. It's a version of Linaria, or mini snapdragons, because where's the snapdragons gone? Oh, up here. Because these are snapdragons here. And if you squeeze snapdragons, they talk, because they open up the little mouths. The cosmos are just starting to come out. These are the cosmos we sowed from seed. I like cosmos as well. They're very easy to grow, and you get this very feathery type foliage as well. We're talking about the verbena further back, the blue one. This is if the piece of grass got out of the way. That's bush verbena. Just going to back up for a sec. I'll just put you back on the tripod for a couple of moments. I'll just come and read the chat, see if anyone's got any questions, then we'll carry on the tour. And also make sure we haven't frozen in the process. Evening, Chris, or afternoon for you. Hello, Ali. Yeah. You'll be glad to know, Ali, we don't have a robot bot here to challenge you, so you can have a nice relaxing time here. Just reading back through the comments. Yeah, that's where we were. Yes, gnomes. Yeah, gnomes. Very interesting. YouTube made a YouTube video the other day about that. The reason people have got gnomes is that apparently they work in your garden overnight and do all the gardening for you. I haven't actually seen that yet. They're mythical creatures, a bit like some of the cats here. Two of the cats are asleep inside at the moment, so there's only one out at the moment. Thanks for checking in, Gus. Ray's just saying amazing collection of plants. Yeah, it's somewhere in the depths of YouTube. There's a video about the garden, how it's developed. But basically, when I moved here, it was what you see was basically grass, and then just ivy at the end. The whole bottom of the garden was covered in ivy. The first year, nothing really got done, basically because there was a lot of building work going on. But what you see now really is a combination of 3-4 summers of work. And yeah, just in context, we probably plant each year on a big year, we plant about 1,000 plants each year. This year, we haven't done as much because we've got a lot more perennial and drought-resistant plants in the garden. So I think we planted about 600 or 700 plants this year. Some from seed, some from plug plants. So there's a lot gone in. I see Twitch has got some ads coming up, so I'll wait till those are over before we carry on the tour. I'll also answer some more questions when we come back from the ads. And thanks for putting up with the ads. I'll answer some YouTube questions. Ali's asking, how often do you water? I tend to water first thing in the morning. If it's really hot day, I'll give it every watering in the evening as well. Generally, the whole garden gets watered in the morning, and the pots and the troughs will get a top up in the evening if they need it. It really depends on the weather. Today, I watered first thing this morning, and I've been around everything, and everything seems fine. It hasn't been particularly. It's been warm today, but it hasn't been that sunny. So, and in reality, it's not even the temperature that dries your garden out. It's if you get some wind. It's the wind that dries the garden out more than anything. So luckily we're not in a hosepipe ban just yet here, because when last year we went in a hosepipe ban, I don't know when that was, June. We came out about February, and it's a right pain having to water this whole thing with watering cans. It's just hard work. Glenn's put in some information about your typical garden gnome. Yeah, correct, Ali. Yeah. That's why. Let's just move the camera by, because you can't really see the garden, can you? Looking straight at a plant. Yeah. Well, welcome back from the ads, Twitch. Thanks for putting up with those. I meant to actually say, anyone who doesn't want the ads on Twitch, if you have a sub to the channel or use your Prime sub on the channel, you get your ad-free viewing on this channel. Or obviously, if you've got Turbo, you'd avoid it as well. But also, if you're a sub, you do get access to a number of bear and garden related emotes that are available not just here but on to be used elsewhere as well. So everyone on Twitch probably knows what the game is on that. Ali was just asking about watering the garden. Yeah, water every morning, sometimes in the evening. It depends really. We're watering every day in the morning at the moment because we've had 2 thunderstorms in about 6-7 weeks now. So, but the pointy. I'll come back to that in a sec. But yeah, in terms of watering, the central bed is all drought tolerant plants really. And when I water the things, I'm only watering it really to keep stuff alive. I'm not doing it, and I prefer to give it a good soaking from time to time, get some water down to the roots. You'll see probably on Sunday when we do the planting of those new plants how dry the soil is once we even get. There's no moisture at all in any of the soil. It's just dry, and there are lots of plants. I mean, the perfect example is the lavender. The biggest danger to lavender from a gardener is overwatering. They love dry conditions. Just read through some more comments. Thanks for the follow, Onion Plug. It's a great name. Lady's mantle loan put in, yeah. Workplace, Ray saying his workplace has got 6 beehives. Yeah, they love lavender. Yeah, yeah, they love lavender. The bees do. I've never been that keen. I've never really thought about having a beehive. We have had a swarm of bees in the front garden once. And all I did was phone up, I think it's the British Beekeeping Society, and they gave me a list of local beekeepers, and one of them came out and collected the swarm and took it off and found it a new home. So they're a charity in the UK, they are. Though he did say one interesting thing about bees is that if you get a swarm of bees, they will come back to the place they were. Well, not the same swarm, but you may get another swarm in following years. Because apparently when the swarm lands, its scent gets put on whatever it landed on, its pheromones and so on. And then even a year later, another swarm could be going around trying to find somewhere to land, and it will register those pheromones a year later and land in the same place. So you can get a succession of swarms in exactly the same place over a number of years. There's your useless fact of information for tonight. Who says you don't learn something by watching live streams? It's a good story there about gnomes from Ray. What else have we got? Ali's saying, seen those pointy ornamental grasses on the left? Yeah, there's. They're really there for the winter more so than the summer, just to get a bit of movement in the winter, because they're evergreen here. They are. So there's a different set of colours. There's some variegated ones. There's some red ones. Chris, Ali had, yeah. There's a lot of rain floating around in some places. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Chris, over on Twitch. Thanks for using your Prime again. Yeah, you've been subscribed for 2 months. So there are some, anyone who's subscribed over on Twitch, there are some new emotes that have come out this week. And we're slowly upgrading those from the original ones we started off the channel with. Wild sage, we've got domestic sage in the garden. I don't know whether the camera will get that far from here. If we're down in the greenhouse, we show the sage because it's down near the greenhouse. But let's move on. Let's carry on further down. I'll show you a bit more of what we can see, and then we'll come back and see that. So I'll come up. That's pretty. This is called ruffled hollyhock. Because normal hollyhock's a single flower. But this is sort of ruffled. That's what it's called, ruffled. Liver fuchsia. Dollar princess. Going past the snapdragons. Hopefully they don't snap at us. Just sorting out my cable. Because this is you're on a new cable tonight, and it's not fully spread out. This is some more of the verbena This is this purple one is Postamon. Or is it Pestamon? No, it's Pestamon. I think Pestamon. I think it's what you say. That's mixed in with this. These are Cosmos, all this flowery, not flowery, feathery stuff. Come back over here. That's the Lunaria, which is the baby snapdragons. And then these are the pots we did earlier in the year. These are Soropsis or Coropsis, depending on how you say it. Everyone has their own ways of saying it. Stunning mix of colours there. Come back round here. This is the bit where we took the Dyslexia bush out the other week, or trimmed it back. You can see it's already got new growth on it. And we did plant some stuff in here, fill in the gaps, but there's a lot of empty space. So this is what we're going to be doing on Sunday, using those new plants to go in. So at the front, we'll be doing the Salvias, and then the Fuchsias will be, I'm not going to put them towards the back because this is still going to grow, but they'll be sort of that sort of area. This is Mahonia, which is a winter flowering, has yellow flowers on it. There's this little soul Rebecca there. Then we're coming down, there's another hanging basket. Back up a bit so you can actually see it in its full glory. So this has got fuchsias in it as well. Fuchsias everywhere, probably the favourite flower. Single petunias. Different type of fuchsia. I think that might be, if I was guessing, that's swing time fuchsia. We've got the double petunias. What else have we got? This is Nicotimia, which is the tobacco plant. Come back around here. Some more some more petunias. These are the very variegated ones. Stunning patterns. See how much more cable we've got on the cable run without disconnecting you. Getting very close. See if I can just untangle that bit, and it gives about an extra foot. Yeah. So across here we've got the hanging baskets we did on stream. Similar sort of plants in here, the Nicotimia. This has got some sort of daisy in it, from the daisy family. There's a stunning looking petunia there. That's single petunia. That's the double again. Got some honeysuckle. This is the hedge that we replaced. This was ivy. This was about a 6 foot thick hedge of ivy originally. So yeah, that's what honeysuckle looks like. I'm really getting close to the limit of my cable here, but just for anyone new to the garden, this is down the bottom of the garden. So we've got the pear tree on the left, apple tree, we've got some plants underneath. We've got some more pots down here. Then on the fence line, we've got a number of baskets, troughs, pots. We've got some onions which are struggling. We've got the gherkins crawling out across the floor. We've got 2 pots of sunflowers, which have got YouTube sunflowers and Twitch sunflowers in. See who grows the tallest to work out which is the better platform. YouTube is just ahead by about 2 inches at the moment. We swing around, we've got loads more pots. That's the greenhouse that we generally stream from on a Sunday. So you see a lot more of this area on the Sunday streams. And you can always go back. We always keep the we keep the Twitch VODs up as long as possible. And the YouTube videos go back. The live videos are on there ever since we've been doing lives. So you can go back and have a look at the greenhouse and what we've got in there. There's not a lot in there at the moment, just some, we've got some aubergines, peppers and some cucumbers. We've got, if I go up a bit, we've got on the trellis over the top is the grapevine, which we've got grapes on. We've got more grapes this year than we've ever had before. And then we swing round to what is our little veg patch that's got the pumpkins have been a disaster this year. The courgettes are just holding on. The beans are doing quite well. Climbing beans and sweet corn's doing quite well. It's just been ridiculously hot and everything hasn't liked it. We've got also down here we've got olive trees. We've got 2 olive trees. We've got clematis. We've got more fuchsias. I don't know whether I can get to the, see if I can zoom in on the pear tree. So that's the pear tree. We've got a lot of pears this year as well. What they'll taste like, they haven't grown as big as previous years so far, and that's probably the lack of water. So if you're interested in what goes on down the bottom here, really, Sunday's the better thing because we generally stream from the, I'll say that again, we generally stream from the greenhouse on a Sunday morning. There's a little plane going over the top. It's just, and you can even see the effect of how dry it's been. These baskets haven't filled out as much as they would normally in a normal year. Well, they still don't look too bad from a distance, but I'm not particularly happy with them this year. Just come back and read the comments. What I will do is just, I'll plonk you near the, plonk you so you can keep an eye on the fuchsia. See what's going on there. Come back and read the comments. Try not to sit on my glasses. Oh, we've gone Minecraft again, have we? How far back? Hang on, let me just check how far back we went on Minecraft. That's just because the camera's overheating. When did we go Minecraft? That was okay. Home busting was okay. Greenhouse was okay. That was okay. Actually, it's only just gone Minecraft. Okay. Ooh, yeah, that's very pretty, isn't it? Right. Let me just switch you over onto. Actually, I'll put you on the. Hang on, let me just switch you over to the other camera for a second. because I will. No, I can't do that because that camera's moved. That will give away my location. I'm just going to put you into BRB for a moment. Enjoy the music. Have a dance if you want to. It'll take me about 30 seconds just to reboot the camera. And we're back. Hopefully. Let me just have a look, see what that looks like. No, that's still not right, is it? No, that's still not right. Hang on. Hopefully that solved it. Yes. Yeah, sorry about that. That's just it's the camera overheats, and I think actually when you're walking around with it in your hand, it can't get rid of the heat as quickly because it quite often does that when we've been doing the tour. But at least you got to see the tour before it packed up. So let's just play with that slightly. We'll do that, and we'll. There you go. This is where the streamer mutters to themselves. So yeah, apologies for that. It does happen from time to time. It is live streaming. I'll just read the comments from that last bit of the tour before it all went pear-shaped. Victoria's saying the baskets are awesome. They do look quite good from a distance. I don't think they're as good as I've had in previous years. Let's put it that way. I think part of the problem is because it's been so hot, everything's grown. Because the baskets are kept moist all the time, they've just grown. There's been a lot of growth on them rather than a nice steady rate of growth. Yeah. Oh, hello, Christian. Yep. Yeah. We do go Minecraft from time to time. That's purely the camera. It just needs resetting. We originally thought it might be cables, but it's not. It's the actual camera. We're using a DJI camera, so anyone who's seen that will know that. Thanks for dropping in, Andy. There's people dancing to the Be Right Back music. I am working on something else that we can do if we have those occasions. Just read those comments. Just go to see what Twitch has been saying while we're doing that. Oh, there's quite a lot of comments on Twitch. Aeon was saying that the bears are scared of his garden gnome. Well, at night, garden gnomes do come to life and wander around your garden doing gardening. So it would be a shock to anyone to see that, let alone a bear seeing it. Luckily, I'm a friendly bear most of the time. Cigar plant. Never heard of a cigar plant. Something to look up. Yeah. Tech is a different world. I'm just reading the comments. Sorry about me talking to myself. Ray saying he's got a hosepipe ban. Yeah, we haven't yet. We had a very, very wet winter. I think we only had 4 or 5 frosts this year. Hardly had any snow. In fact, we had about a centimetre of snow this year. It was just very wet, grey and wet all winter. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going to, I'll zoom the camera back out, and I'll put you in a position where we just sort. It's getting towards dusk now. Technically, Lone, we only really do Dutch words on a Sunday, but we'll take a Dutch word tonight if Beauty's in the chat. Let me just let's have a look. That's what we're doing. Yep. Just come around. Yep. Apply that. That's okay. That. Let's transition that to that. Oh, there you go. I'm just going to move you back towards the house. without trying to fall over. See, I'll just show you the sky. It's the sky tonight. If I come down here, the camera doesn't really show it because the camera sort of compensates for the light, but it's getting pretty dusky here now, and hopefully some of the garden lights will come on because we've got solar lights all over the garden. What the heck is that? Do you really want me to have a go at that? What is that in English, Beauty? For anyone who's new to the channel, the channel started off, we got quite a few Dutch-speaking viewers when we started off, and I'm always challenged with a Dutch word of the day, where they give me some sort of gardening-related Dutch word that they then like me to hear butcher. So while they're working that out, I'd quite fancy something to eat. So let's see what we've got on offer. See if this works. Yeah, I'll just have a bit of an ice cream, I think. What happened, Ali? That's an ice cream van. Yes, that's a redeem on Twitch. There's a number of people here. The reason oh, thanks very much, Ophidia. Thanks for doing that. My mod forgot to do it. Tell me. Can't get the staff nowadays, can you? But good to see you, Ophidia. So is that not the word we're doing then? Oh, it is. It's. I haven't got a clue whether I'm saying that word or not. Beauty. Mods need a pay rise. Yeah, but I would agree with that in general terms, but not on this channel. Anywhere I go and mod, yes, I think that's perfectly valid. But bears don't have a lot of money, so we can't afford to pay our mods. They do benefit in other ways. They do get moderation free in return. Oh yeah, sorry about the ice cream van. Yeah, what I was going to explain was that a few weeks ago we had a stream actually in the evening, and the ice cream van that goes past here was outside, and it was playing its music. I didn't want to get copyrighted by YouTube for that, so I had to sing over it. And my wonderful mods decided to clip that up, and then make up various different redeems on their own channels of me singing like an ice cream van. And I thought, well, if they're going to utilise my copyrighted material, I might as well utilise my own. So at the moment, presently, Twitch can summon up an ice cream van, and I'm trying to organise it so that YouTube will be able to do the same. I'm just working on that. So that's the reason the ice cream van appears. Leo's one of the mods over on Twitch is trying to claim they had no responsibility for it whatsoever, apart from clipping it. So yeah, am I really saying that? But yeah, but Yeah, what's it mean? What's oh, sorry, there's a different word. Ah, there's a different word. That ridiculously long word, which isn't that one, but apparently the word I'm supposed to be doing is the word for evening in Dutch, which is something like avond, AVOND. I'll see if I can. I'll paste that across. That's supposedly the word for the Dutch word for evening is it avond? Avond. Sorry, avond. So you have the extra sort of A on the avond. How about that? That must be perfect. And now Ray over on Twitch is trying to add in the pretext to that to make it good evening, which I don't know. I'm not even going to attempt that. Very so. We always do try to add a bit of education into these streams. Hopefully everyone can sort of enjoy a bit of fun on the stream, in the nice chats, have a nice chat to other people, learn a bit about the gardening, see a bit of practical gardening, more so on the Sundays. And I think I've said this plenty of times that yeah, it is my garden, and everyone's welcome into it as long as you behave yourselves generally and enjoy it. And lots of people here don't even have gardens, so it's a good excuse. So it's your garden as much as it's my garden. Anyone over on Twitch who'd like to see more, you can drop over when we're finished over onto our YouTube channel. There is mountains of stuff on YouTube. We've been on YouTube a lot longer than Twitch. So you'll find, and we post every day on YouTube. At the moment, we're posting twice a day on YouTube this week. For YouTube viewers, we're back to our normal schedule next week. So yeah, it's a shared garden. Yes, that's how I see it really. And as I've always said, if anyone has any ideas for videos or general ideas, you can put it in the comments. Sometimes I can pick it up in the comments here, or if the better places are something like the YouTube comments where I go through and answer every comment personally, or you can use the Instagram or Discord or all the other places you can usually send messages. So the rocks in the middle, yeah, I shall pick up a rock in the middle and show you a close-up of a rock. There you go. There's a rock. Stony silence to that. Sorry about that joke. That's they're plum slate. They're basically offcuts of slate, just plummy colour. If I hang on, I'll use a bit of my hydration liquid. Hold that there. So you can see the difference in the colour. It's grey when it's dry. It goes a sort of plumish colour. I don't know if you can really see that. Probably a good indication what it looks like. So you've got the dry bit top left. And plum bit there. We're about to go into some ads on Twitch. Apologies for that, but not anyone who watches Twitch knows we can't do much about it. So thanks for watching them, or putting up with them, shall we say. Don't think anyone watches ads, but Yeah, the Dutch word of the Dutch word. It used to be the Dutch word of the week, but now seems to be the Dutch word of every stream. Is a bit irritating, but we started it, so we have to keep it going. Just going to go into ads on Twitch, so I'll just go quiet for a couple of minutes. Leo, could you do me a favour? Could you find out if our one of our missing mods is still going to be streaming for a bit? Just come back with a yes or no answer, if that's possible. Because I see they've been on for a bit of time. Thanks, Leo. I couldn't tell myself. Hopefully the ads are over. I guess they probably are by now. I think actually this is my favourite time of day in the garden. If anyone sees a stripy black and grey cat, let me know, because that's the only one we're waiting for now to come in. Thanks so much, Aeons. Thanks, Victoria. Let me just. I don't think I've got much else really to say. Really, I mean, we could sit here for another half hour until it goes dark. So I'll leave it up to chat. Do you want to sit for another half hour till it goes dark, or do you want me to start to wind it up? We'll see what the general consensus is. I can raid us out somewhere on Twitch. I haven't got much else to say really here tonight. Well, you let me know what you think. I'll do a few bits and pieces anyway. YouTube's got its. We've got the same subject in the evenings every week. This on for the shorts, and we've got the Saturday night videos related to that. We've got some shorts in the morning as well for what's going on in the garden. Next week we're back to normal for YouTube in terms of its scheduling. We'll talk about that on Sunday. We'll be live next time. We'll be live. Will be. Have I tried that? I haven't tried that yet, Liz, but it does work. I've seen it work elsewhere. In fact, we could try that. We'll try that now, shall we? I'll just leave a little bit of a gap because I want a clip of the garden on its own. Twitch, clip that. Right, we'll see what that does. Takes a few minutes to do it anyway. Yeah, so we'll be live again Sunday about normal time, about 11 in the morning UK time. We run for about 2.5, 3 hours on a Sunday lunchtime here. If it's too early for you, sorry about that. It might not understand with my accent. Well, I don't think my accent's that strong, Liz. We'll be back, say on Sunday. If you can't catch us live on Sunday, the VOD is up on the VODs stay up on Twitch, however long they can keep them on there. But they're always on YouTube. You can go back and look at the previous lives we've done on there. I do go back afterwards and update the descriptions, and I try to put in links and so on for things that I've shown on screen. So if there's a plant that you like the look of, you didn't catch the name, I do try to go back in and add those after the stream. So whether I'll get that done tonight or it probably might be first thing tomorrow morning. So certainly by lunchtime tomorrow, there should be the full descriptions up there with some plant descriptions. There'll be a generalised link to something like Amazon, but it'll give you a good starting point to try to find something if you're interested in some of the plants. There's a lot of stuff over on our website as well, and that's got links to everywhere, the merch stores and everything else. You'll find it, so that's a good place. That's got to have a bit more work done on that, but I've actually got a bit of spare capacity in terms of time, so I'm trying to catch up. That's why I've been doing emotes this week. So there are new emotes for the subscribers over on Twitch, and I think the followers might have a new emote as well on Twitch. And then obviously if you're a member over on YouTube, you've got some of the emotes and some of the ones that have come over from Twitch, so you're getting a similar sort of pattern. Because you don't get ad-free viewing on YouTube. The YouTube membership is dirt cheap. It's at the lowest setting you can set it. I say we're not into making huge amounts of money on the channel. It's never going to make money, but that's not the point. It's just a nice community. And when we started off, it was just me showing the garden to people, and people from where I'd moved from to be able to see what I was doing here. But it's morphed into what it is now. Yes, and even as Ray's just said, there are so many fantastic streamers out there. Everyone's got their own take on something. Everyone does it in their own manner, and there's no right or wrong way of streaming. Everyone can have a go, and I think that's the best way of putting it. Really, it's there's so much to choose from. If you find something you like, you can watch it and stick with it, and if not, you can move on and find someone else. So, let's say anyone over on Twitch, you can take a look at our YouTube channel, which is under the same name, Bear in the Garden. We're the same everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, etc. But we do a lot. There's a lot more content obviously over on YouTube. Twitch mainly is the live streaming. So back on Sunday, I think I'm going to start to wind it up as we start to go into dusk. Really, I'll say a few individual thanks to people who I've seen in chat. Apologies if I miss you. Thanks Beauty the Creative, and especially thanks for the Dutch word of the day. Thanks Victoria, Ali, Christian, Aeons, the other Ali alias, Chris, only me. Liz was over there. Oh, I see. I think that's Mortus Communis, something like that. Sorry if I've messed up your name. I do see you comment in the comments sometimes. Thanks for being here. Thanks for anyone else I've actually missed there. A bit limited over on Twitch. Thanks Ray. Thanks for the thanks Wheels. In fact, actually, I can actually go into. Let's be really clever, because if I go into the creator dashboard on Twitch, I can actually look up and actually see what's happened, can't I? During the stream. Thanks, Chris, over on Twitch as well, for resubscribing. Thanks for the various posture checks and hydrations from various people. Thanks for the extra follows on Twitch. I see we've got past our 350 followers on Twitch tonight, so thank you everyone for that. Oh, I didn't see that. Yankee Axe raided with 28. I never saw that. Apologies, Yankee. I'll apologise to Yankee tomorrow. I never saw that. Must happen when I was outside. Thank you for anyone that came in on that raid. Oh, if you're still here, Yankee, thanks for that. I suspect you're probably having something to eat. I'll thank him tomorrow when I see them tomorrow. Thanks for whoever's just subscribed over on YouTube there. See, this is the advantage of going back reading it afterwards. I would never have noted that Yankee had raided us. I saw there was a shout out for him, so he's got a really good garden, a veg garden. If you're on Twitch and you're into your gardening, it's a super channel, that is. But when he's on tomorrow, I'll go over and drop in and thank him for that. You quite often find me lurking over there anyway. Thanks, Leo, for your 55 stream streak. I'm sure I've missed other stuff as well. Thanked Ray for the subscription. Oh, thanks for Stevie as well for the raid early on. I did see that because I was actually reading the chat. Let's just go back to the main panel. Let's have a look. Thanks to over on Twitch, so who I can see at the moment. Eons is there, Liz was there, Gus, Ray. There's some of the recent people in the chat. See who else. Oh, I can see some bits coming in. Ray's just sent me 100 bits. That's very generous, Ray. I'll probably see you tomorrow on Ira's stream. But that's very generous. Who else? We said hello. Carver said hello early on. Michael did as well. Video was here as well. I think just say Wheels. Hello. I think I said thanks Wheels, but if not, thanks Wheels. And I see Yankees lurking, so hopefully Yankee can still hear me and can hear me thank him for the raid. If not, I'll thank him tomorrow. Thanks to everyone on both platforms. I will raid us out on Twitch now. Finally, thanks to my mods, thanks to Lone and to Leo tonight. Thanks to my other mods who weren't here, because they didn't cause me any problems. But yeah, special thanks to Leo and to Lone. Enjoy the rest of your evening or afternoon, whichever it is. We'll be back Sunday for another live stream, but we've got plenty of YouTube content between now and then. This is where the streamer starts to and ah while they think about what they're actually doing. Let's concentrate on what I'm doing, shall I? It always does help. That's the wrong page. You see, not concentrating. Professional to the end, as always. Yeah. So I'm going to send us over to one of our mods who wasn't here, who usually causes a lot of chaos. They are doing something completely and utterly different, probably what you've seen on Twitch before. Say hello. You can create chaos in their chat on my behalf. They'll really enjoy that happening. They're a really good streamer. They know a lot about Twitch. They're just a very nice person. So say hello. No, I don't think you know where we're going, Aeons. This will be something very different. Assuming they're still streaming, which I believe we might just catch them. Yeah. Have a good evening, everyone. And I'll see you next time, back in the garden, hopefully. Take care, and I shall raid us out any moment. Good night.